Hello, today we're going to talk about finance module. As I said in the very early videos, I said that you shouldn't confuse the finance with the school fees. School fees is about billing students and how they pay. Finance is how the money is being used in school. All right. So in this session, we're going to look at the finance part of the system. So finance, it enables you to get track of the school funds, how they are being used and for what reason. And it also helps you to budget or plan for the school, and also helps you to know whether you're still within your budget or you're out of your budget. And even for the future, like now you've used this system to keep your finance records for maybe, let's say, maybe 3 years, and you've been keeping these records very well. So these records, after maybe like those 3 years, you can be able to check those records and be able to determine what is the plan or what is the budget for the next term with confidence, basing on what you've been recording. So that is the finance modules for you. So we're going to go through it step by step and show it works, and you should try it out to make sure that you understand it properly and have confidence in it and make use of it. All right, so we begin. So it begins with finance categories. All right, so finance categories, these are different categories of finance. All right, like I can say maybe you have human, maybe farewell, we have transport and fuel, we have maybe school welfare. Did I say farewell or school welfare? Something like that. So you can say maybe have expenses for kitchen, we have expenses for etc. So maybe PTA, salaries, so and allowances. So those are the categories. And then after, you go ahead and create what you call accounts. So accounts, these are now where the money goes. Okay, let's say maybe have an account for let's say you have an account for salaries, you have an account for allowance. Those can be under the category of welfare. So the categories have to be very few, but they should be sufficient enough to serve the subcategories of it. You design this only one time. So for example, I can put here welfare. So inside school welfare or employees welfare, so inside this, it's where I put things like school fees payment and allowances. So I can go ahead and put, for example, transport and fuel. Okay, so just according to how you organize the things, maybe kitchen or food and expenses, whatever it is. So you design your categories just in form of departments or in form of categories, just as how you want to call them. So after designing those a few departments, then you go ahead and put the accounts in those departments. So for example, under food, I can put account for rice, so I can be able to know how much we always invest in rice. So rice is under food, or you can call it kitchen, something like that. So these accounts are relevant, and you just make it an expense account. And then do you want transfer? Say no, and I can put here rice details. Right, rice. So I can submit this account, and then I create another account here under financial accounts. I can create an account for posho or maybe maize flour. Okay, I go ahead and say it is under food, and then it's an express account. I go ahead and create another account maybe for sugar. So you create different accounts for different items. Sugar and under food. So anything that takes money, I create an account for it and put in the respective under its respective subcategory. So after creating those accounts, so I have to add all of them here. Just go ahead and add all of them here. All right, with their respective categories. So I can create an account for the bus. If you have the school has a bus fuel, bus repair, but whatever, so every money that will be leaving the account, the system, I mean the school, you should have at least somewhere to attach it. That's the whole point of account. So you can see here the budget is 0 and then the expense is 0. So if I come here to accounts, I can be able to see the total budget on food is 0, the total budget on expenses of expense is 0, the balance is 0, and it has 3 accounts. All right. So what is the budget? Budget is the plan that you plan to spend on this item. So when the school begins, we hope you always make budget. All right. So you have to make budget on how you're going to spend on each and every item. So you create those budgets and add them into the system. So after doing so, the next thing is now to start spending depending on what you had planned. So you have a column of budget and a column of expense. So if there is 0 as a balance, then you're still in green, mean that you have not done what you call deficit budget, or you have not done a deficit. All right. So if the budget it is beyond, it will be the other side around, which is green, and it is not like deficit. Okay, so now we have to after creating the categories, all of them we have put in the system. The next thing you have to do is now to create budget records. So how much are you planning to spend on these particular items in this term? So to do that, you just simply come and say new. All right. So the budget, so I'm on budget. So I click on new to see budget is already locked, and I say this due term. So the due term is this one, and then the date is today. And then I go ahead and select an account. So I can say on the account of rice, we are going to purchase this term. We're going to purchase the rice of maybe 1 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm sorry, I have put your particulars, right? So maybe a kaiso rice, because rice can be of different types. Kaiso rice, for example. For kaiso rice, we are going to purchase maybe 10 kilograms. Maybe this time we shall purchase 50 kilograms, and then we are going to, each unit price is maybe for 5,000. 1, 2, 3, 5,000 each unit price. So this is a record that you're taking this time, and it will help you to guide you even in future, maybe after 3 years. You can be able to see how things have been changing, right? You can plot them even on a graph. Then I can go ahead and add another budget item. Can go ahead and say again rice, and then I can say maybe Pakistani rice or basmati rice, and then maybe Pakistan rice or maybe basmati. I can go ahead and say this rice we're going to buy maybe 30 kilograms of them, and maybe it will be for teachers only, and the unit price of this one is 7,000. Go ahead and submit. So you can be able to create a budget. So you go ahead and create a budget. So the system will be able to give you the summary of what I say here. You can be able to see the summary of what you've budgeted, and you can be able to see. Yeah. So that's how you create a school budget. Go ahead and enter all your plans of spending the budget. If maybe there's an extra, you can even create that extra and attach it on that item. So here you can be able to see that on financial accounts that you're planning to spend 460,000 shillings on what? On rice. All right. So the budget is 460, and the balance is of the money allocated is still there. So it has not been used yet. So you can add more items on budget. Just will come to a budget here and then add more items. So you can add items for maybe budget, kitchen, etc. Go ahead and add them. Now, after you create the budget, it means that the school is beginning. Now, the next thing is now to start spending. Okay, we say that we shall buy this amount of rice, but we first maybe buy, for example, here you can see that we're supposed to buy 30 kilograms of rice, but let us first buy 10. All right. So how do you do that? So this is a budget record, right? You can see it's a budget record. Now you have even filters. You can see maybe I want to filter by food, I want to filter by specific account, I want to filter by this term, I want to see the records like how did we perform in first term, the budgets of first term. I want to filter the budget that are created between this date and this date. I want to filter the budget that are less than this amount or beyond this amount, etc. So now after you've created the budget, now the next thing is now to start spending the money of what you've planned. So it means you cannot spend the money before plan for it. That's like, it should be the principle. So I've created the budget, now I have to create the expenditures. So the expenditures will be here. So let's say that we were supposed to buy 30 kilograms of Pakistani rice, and we want to purchase first 10 of them. So just simply come and click on new here, expense, and this will be obvious. Then I go ahead and select the account. This is this is so the account will be there very clear. So I can say on the rice, okay, I was supposed to okay, in the rice, we were supposed to purchase, for example, 30. I can say maybe I've purchased 10 kilograms of rice. So you can mix them, for example, just for the sake of saving. So each item, maybe if we plan to purchase 5,000 here, you can be able to see how much you've actually spent. So I can say maybe 5,000. 1, 2, 3, and then I put the quantity. Maybe we have purchased 10 of them, and then I come here and put some details. Maybe I can say maybe Kaiso rice, and then submit. So when I submit, we shall be able to see, oh my god, how much did I put? Not how much is it? 5 million. I put, supposed to be 5,000, sorry, 5,000 times 10, so it is 50,000. So the system, if you come here to accounts, you'll be able to see that on rice we're supposed to have we had a budget of 460,000, but we have actually used 50,000. And you can come to categories. You can see how much you have actually invested in rice, and how much is remaining, because the original balance, the original plan for rice was this. So you can be able to follow up, and this record will also be there. You can filter, maybe like after maybe 3 weeks we purchase another rice, so it will be marked against its budget or its plan. So I can say again on rice, maybe you have purchased 100 kilograms, and this kilogram is 5,000, and I can put here some details. So I put here quantity 5,000 times 100. So you see, this is going to go beyond what I had planned. So if I submit, come and check, so we have actually invested 550, yet our original plan on rice was 250. So you can see that if I come here to the total budget, you can see the items are there. But if I come here to the financial accounts, you can see that we're in a deficit of 90,000, and this will change into red if it is a deficit. So we had planned to invest this, but we have actually spent this, and this is a deficit. So you can be able to figure out what is the deficit and what is saving in according to your budget. So you can manage those budget records like that. You can export these records in Excel. Yeah, so you can filter, you can specify which columns you want to see. So every expense that you spend, you should be putting it in here. Every item that you plan to buy, you first put it in the budget, and when it is actually spent, you put it in here. So you can be able to know the total expenses that you've actually spent, and even keeping the records of prices of items in a digital way. It can help you so much to determine, or even to know how you're performing in terms of money management or financial management. So that is the budget module for you. I've just elaborated those two. So if something is in deficit, it will show in a red color, showing that you have a deficit. Yeah, so that's the finance module for you. You can go ahead and test it beyond that and make sure that it's working exactly as how you want it to work. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of this. Please go ahead and test these things and make sure that they're working in your interest. See you in the next video.